You're about to find out something that a $200 million company does not want you to know. No rumors or opinions. Everything that I'm about to show you is factual, publicly available, and once you see it, you're gonna look at Jobber completely differently. Because Jobber has a dirty little secret, and it explains everything. Why your bill keeps going up, why basic features keep getting locked behind paywalls, why you're paying for 5 different software subscriptions just to do what one platform should already do. There's a very specific reason for all of that, and we're gonna get into it with this long list of Jobber's dirtiest secrets. Let's go. So first I want to show you the full picture because the dirty little secret doesn't hit the same unless you see everything that leads up to it. So here's how this video is going to go. We're going to walk through what Jobber's pricing actually is, and I'm not talking about the $39 tag you saw on their website. I'm talking about the price you'll actually be paying when you factor in the add-ons, per user fees, third-party integrations, and everything else once they start stacking up. We're going to do a full side-by-side true cost comparison, and then we're going to get into Jobber's biggest secret, the part that nobody is talking about on YouTube. That section alone is going to change how you think about which software you trust with your business, so stick around until the end for that part. Everything shown in this video is based on publicly available information, official pricing pages, user reviews, Reddit threads, community polls, and my own experience. I'm simply presenting the facts and providing some solutions here. So stick around because there is one solution that might overtake Jobber as the king of the home service industry. Let's go find out. So let's start with pricing, because this is where this whole thing begins to unravel. When you land on Jobber's pricing page, the first number that you see is the $39 a month tag. It looks clean, it looks affordable, and I remember thinking when I first saw it, sweet, 39 bucks, that's totally doable for my business. But the thing that a lot of people don't catch, and it's pretty tricky by Jobber, that price is the discounted annual rate. That's not what you're gonna be paying month to month. Jobber's site defaults to show you what you'd actually pay per month if you commit to a full year up front. And the way it's designed, that small low number is what catches your eye first. Most people don't even notice this billing toggle until they've already got their credit card out ready to start their subscription. Apart from their shady pricing page, let's look at the tiers that they actually have. Jobber breaks down their pricing plans into 2 categories. You have solo plans for solo operators, and you also have team plans if you have employees. On the solo side, you've got Core, which is $39 a month, Connect, which is $120 a month, and Grow, which is $190 per month. Core gets you the basics. Quotes, invoicing, scheduling, customer database, it's the bare bones. The Connect plan adds automated follow-ups, time tracking, and automatic payments for almost $100 more, and if we're being honest, that is not a whole lot more value for nearly triple the price. Then their Grow plan unlocks customer messaging, job costing, and some advanced customization, but that is $200 a month. But here's where it really starts to hurt. If you even have one employee, one helper, one buddy doing just a few jobs a week, you're forced into Jobber's team plans. Connect for Teams starts at $170 a month for 5 users. Grow for Teams is $349 a month, and that comes with 10 users. And then they have the Plus plan, which runs for $599 a month for 15 users. And every additional user beyond that is $29 per month per user. So you add one helper to your crew and your CRM potentially doubles. That's not scaling, that's being penalized for growing your business. So that's when I started looking for something that didn't punish me for growing. And then I came across a platform called QuoteIQ. And I'm gonna be referencing QuoteIQ a lot throughout this video. QuoteIQ is the #1 Jobber alternative that you can find in 2026. The pricing difference between QuoteIQ and Jobber alone is gonna blow your mind. QuoteIQ's pricing is very transparent. They only have 5 plans, there's no per user fees, no integrations or extra costs. What you see is really what you get. And for me, I love the no per user fees, so when you hire someone else, the bill stays the same. That alone was enough to make me look twice, but it gets even better when you actually look past the pricing, and I'm gonna show you more throughout the video. So now the base subscription price is only the beginning with Jobber. Yes, they're already high, but they're about to get higher. Because now let's talk about what they make you pay for extra on top of those already expensive plans. And this is the part that really gets people heated. Jobber has a marketing suite add-on that costs $80 per month. That's on top of your subscription. This includes review automation, email campaigns, customer referrals, a website builder, and marketing analytics. That's nice, but when you think about it, review request, email automation, marketing analytics, those are not premium features. Those are core everyday tools that you should definitely have included in your base subscription, but they don't and make you charge extra for it. So unless you're on the Plus plan for $599 a month, they finally decided to include it in that plan. They also have an AI receptionist add-on for $99 per month. I get making the AI answering service an add-on. Not every single business that comes across Jobber is gonna want one. That's fine, but marketing tools, review requests, come on. Charging extra for those is madness. And these aren't even advanced features. They're pretty core, everyday, basic features that you definitely need to use. But if you look online, people are paying $100, $200, $300, even up to $600 to $700, and they're still being told by Jobber that they need to pay for more to get the features they actually need. That is just insane to me. But now here's how QuoteIQ handles this, and it it is a night and day difference. QuoteIQ includes AI tools on every single plan, and they also have a bunch of features that Jobber doesn't even have or offer add-ons for. So the review multiplier inside of QuoteIQ is a system that sends automated review requests after every single invoice is paid. The mass review blast lets you hit your entire customer base at once. You send one message and it's customized to each individual person you send it to, so you could send out and text 300 of your customers in one text. It is a great marketing tool. And QuoteIQ's AI features, they've got AI autopilot, virtual call teams, AI estimators, before and after image generators. That's all included in QuoteIQ on every single plan. There's no add-ons, no extra charges. Jobber charges $99 a month just for their AI receptionist on top of your base plan, but QuoteIQ gives you that and a bunch of other stuff for way cheaper. Let that sink in. But the add-ons are only half the story. The real cost of Jobber lives on their integrations page. Bum, bum, bum. And this is the part that catches most people completely off guard, because Jobber has add-ons and Jobber also has integrations, and these are not the same thing. If you're gonna pay attention to any part of the video, pay attention here. This is important. Integrations are Jobber's way of outsourcing essential features to other software companies and then making you pay for it. So when Jobber says they integrate with a tool, what they're actually telling you is that's a feature that doesn't exist inside of Jobber and you're gonna have to pay extra for it. You're gonna have to go buy it from someone else, pay for that subscription, and then connect it and then hope there's no flaws in the integration between the two softwares. That would be one thing if we were talking about obscure niche tools, but we're not. We're talking about things that contractors need every single day in the field. So I'm gonna break this down with real numbers because this is where it gets really ugly. One of my favorite tools for my home service business is a self-quoting tool so customers can quote themselves on your website. Jobber doesn't have anything like this. They make you pay for Responsibid. Responsibid has an $800 setup fee and then a few hundred per year in subscriptions. And then Responsibid itself requires an integration with CrewCal just for basic scheduling functionality. So now you're paying for an integration for the integration and an add-on for the add-on. It's just insane to me. But let's move on. You want photo documentation like before and after images or inspection forms? You're gonna need Company Cam, and that's an add-on too. That starts at $99 a month and charges $29 for each additional user. You want automated review requests? You're gonna be paying for Nice Job. If you need email campaigns to past customers, you're paying for MailChimp. These aren't nice to haves. These are tools you need to run a professional business, and every single one is a separate subscription stacking on top of your already overpriced Jobber plan. And here's what drives me crazy about this. QuoteIQ builds every single one of these features into its app natively. You don't have to pay for a bunch of extra subscriptions. It's under one price, under one platform. One of my favorite features of QuoteIQ is InstaQuote. InstaQuote replaces Responsibid as a customer self-quoting form. Your customers can go to your website and quote themselves 24/7 without you ever lifting a finger. No $800 a month setup fees, no extra subscriptions. It's just built in, super easy to set up, and starts getting you more leads for your business. They also have a feature that replaces Company Cam called QuoteIQ Cam. This has inspection forms, before and after photos, job documentation, all inside of the app. Every single inspection form or picture you take on a customer's property is automatically synced to that customer and the job, forever living in QuoteIQ, so you can go back and reference anything you need to. QuoteIQ Cam is a must-have for protection and liability, and it's way cheaper than Company Cam. QuoteIQ also has the review multiplier, which replaces Nice Job. It has a built-in email and text automation campaigns. There's no MailChimp third-party integrations. Every single feature works inside of one app because it was all designed that way from the start. That's what QuoteIQ is. You're not duct taping together 5 different platforms and praying nothing breaks. You open the app, you click the tool, and you go. So what does Jobber actually cost when you add all this up? Because this is the comparison that nobody else is really breaking down for you, and that's why you're watching this video. So I'm gonna give you the real numbers. To match what QuoteIQ offers on their Elite plan at $249 per month with 7 users and basically every feature included, here's what you'd be paying on Jobber. You'd be paying for Jobber Plus at $599. Company Cam at $99 plus additional user fees get you to around $116 a month. Responsibid at roughly $99, but not including the $800 setup fee. You also have Fleet Sharp GPS at around $80 for 4 vehicles. That adds up to $993 per month at minimum. And that's not including the $800 Responsibid setup fee either. And here's the thing, you're still missing features that Jobber physically cannot match at any price that QuoteIQ has. There's no Jobber equivalent to Map Measure Pro for satellite measuring. With Map Measure Pro, you can get satellite measurements from your phone, from your computer, wherever you are. You're never gonna be guessing on pricing again because now you can measure it, it syncs with your pricing, and it's built into the estimates. It's a super awesome feature to have. Jobber doesn't have anything like it. There's also no AI-powered photo estimating. There's no visual pipelines, there's no inventory management, no route density, no dedicated business phone number. These features just simply don't exist inside of Jobber's ecosystem. There's no integrations for them either. They just don't exist. That's a saving of $743 every single month. That's over $8,900 a year. QuoteIQ is 75% cheaper than Jobber, and you get more. So with QuoteIQ's max level, it's even more dramatic. QuoteIQ Max is $399 with unlimited users. Yes, you heard that correctly, unlimited users. Every other CRM in the home service space is going to charge you per user, but QuoteIQ just gives you unlimited. It's awesome. So if you wanted to match what Jobber has for, say, a 20-person team, you're stacking a Jobber Plus at $599 plus all the extra users, which is going to get you to about $145. Then you need Company Cam Premium, which is over $600, Responsivid, Fleet Sharp, and all those other ones, and that adds up to over $1,600 per month. And you're still missing features. That's a saving of over $1,200 every single month if you were to switch from Jobber to QuoteIQ. That is not a small difference, and you're never going to be chased by Jobber's overpriced fees ever again. Just keep running. Seriously. But seriously, that is a business-changing amount of money sitting in your pocket instead of going into 5 different software companies. And I want to be fair about this because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Jobber is trash, because it's not. It works. It's been around since like 2011. They've got over 300,000 users, close to 1,200 employees. You probably got a Jobber advertisement during this video. Their name is pretty recognized. That counts for some. If you're someone looking for a platform with a large integration marketplace, Jobber connects with more third-party apps than most of the competitors. But now, whether you think a massive integration marketplace is a positive or a negative thing is kind of up to you, because having a bunch of integrations also means that you're relying on a bunch of other companies and paying for a bunch of other subscriptions just to fill the gaps in a product that you're already paying for. Some people call it a flexibility. I call it proof that the base product just doesn't include enough, but that's just me. One thing that Jobber has that QuoteIQ doesn't is consumer financing through Wisetack. As of February 2026, QuoteIQ does not have a consumer financing option right now, but the question you have to ask yourself is whether a big integration marketplace and consumer financing are worth paying 60 to 70% more every single month for a platform that simply just won't give you that much. And this brings us to the part of the video that you've been waiting for. Why? Why does Jobber do all of this? Why do they outsource essential features to integrations? Why do they lock basic marketing tools behind add-ons? Why does adding one employee potentially double your bill? Why does the product seem to get more expensive while the actual features stay the same? It's public knowledge that Jobber has raised over $191 million in venture capital funding across 6 rounds. Their latest round was $100 million in February 2023, led by General Atlantic, one of the biggest private equity firms in the world. And I want you to understand what this means for you as a user, because this is a part that nobody's going to talk about Jobber. When a company takes that kind of money from venture capitalists and private equity firms, their loyalty shifts. It has to. Those investors didn't write $100 million checks because they're passionate about you helping your lawn care businesses succeed.
We do not care.
Those big corporations wrote those checks because they expect a massive return on their investment. And the only way to deliver that return is to maximize how much revenue they extract from every single user on the platform. That's you. You are the revenue. And you've definitely seen this in a bunch of other industries too. Think about something like Chipotle. They used to give you a burrito that was literally overflowing. You couldn't even get the foil around that thing. And then they got bigger, they brought in investors, went public, and suddenly that same burrito looked like it went on a diet. The portions got smaller, the meat got a little bit worse, the overall quality went down. Or in the entertainment sector, think about Netflix. It used to be one subscription, everything included with no nonsense. And now there's ads, price hikes every year, multiple tiers, password sharing crackdowns. The product got worse and the price went up. And why does this happen? Because the company's priorities shifted from serving you to serving the investors. And there's actually a term for this, and I don't think I can say it, but I'm gonna do it. It's called enshittification. And it happens in every industry, from food to entertainment to, you guessed it, even your field service management softwares. And Jobber is the textbook example of this. Every add-on they make you buy, every integration they force you to subscribe to, every extra user is an extra fee. Those are not product decisions, those are revenue decisions. That is Jobber squeezing more dollars out of every contractor on the platform to satisfy the return expectations of their investors who have never held a pressure washer, never climbed up a roof, and have absolutely no idea what it's like to run a service business. And here's what makes it even worse. Instead of using those hundreds of millions of dollars from those investors to build a better, more complete product, a massive chunk of it goes into marketing, sponsoring your favorite influencers to tell you that they love Jobber, running ads that follow you across every website you visit, slapping their logo on race cars. And hey, not to get too distracted on this, but yes, Jobber actually wasted a tremendous amount of money on NASCAR before building something like, I don't know, say a customer self-quoting form, something that would save everybody a bunch of money. Nope. They want race cars. And I'm not even sure if Tom Cruise can save Jobber after all that.
Help me, Tom Cruise!
Tom Cruise user witchcraft!
Jokes aside, job are spending a fortune on customer acquisition instead of making their product better for the customers they already have. And the users feel it too. Just go to Reddit or Facebook and type in jobber, you're gonna see complaints that are always saying this. Features are locked behind upgrades, cost creeping up, basic functionality requiring third-party subscriptions. It's not a mistake, it's their business model. And now you know why. It's nothing really against Jobber, it's what happens when you get so big. You just simply can't keep pleasing the little guys. So if that's the big dirty secret behind Jobber, what makes QuoteIQ different? Because I've been showing you the features and the pricing throughout this video, and I haven't told you the real reason it's different at a fundamental level. And this is the David versus Goliath part of the story. QuoteIQ was founded by two real home service business contractors, Mike Vidan and Justin Rogers, and they did exactly what most of you that are watching this have done. They tried Jobber, House Call Pros, Service Titan, all those big names that you've probably heard of. They stitched together 5, 6, 7 different apps, trying to get all the tools they needed to run their businesses. They got sick of it, sick of the add-on fee, sick of the integration, sick of paying hundreds of dollars every single month and still not having everything in one place, so they built it themselves, and it's pretty cool. But here's the big key about QuoteIQ. QuoteIQ is 100% self-funded. There's no venture capital, no private equity, no investors sitting in a boardroom demanding higher prices to hit revenue targets. When QuoteIQ's users want a feature, there is a literal feature inside of QuoteIQ called Suggest a Feature. It lets users submit ideas, vote on each other's suggestions, and the QuoteIQ development team actually builds what contractors are asking for. That's not a feedback form that disappears into a black hole. That is a direct line from the job site to the developers, and that's what happens when the people building the software aren't answering to Wall Street. They're answering to you. That's the difference between a company built in a boardroom and a company built on a job site. Jobber raised $191 million and still can't include review automation in their base plan. QuoteIQ is completely self-funded and gives you AI tools on a $29 plan. How does that make sense? That tells you everything that you need to know about where each company's priorities are. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking that all sounds great, but switching CRM sounds like a nightmare. What about all my customers, estimates, services? And I agree, it's a lot, but QuoteIQ makes it really easy. You can import your contacts and your services straight into QuoteIQ through a simple CSV import. If you're not very tech savvy, the QuoteIQ support team will actually help you set this up with you. They'll get on call and walk you through the entire process. You're not just getting thrown into the deep end. They have a 24/7 live support that responds in under 15 minutes. They have video tutorials, a full help center, an active user community on Facebook. And the best part is there's no contracts with QuoteIQ. It's month-to-month paying. You can cancel at any time. There's literally zero risk in trying it. And if you think about it, that alone tells you something about how confident they are in their product. So here's the bottom line. You have a choice. You can either keep paying for a CRM that was built to generate returns for venture capitalists, a CRM that charges you extra for features that should already be included, a CRM that makes you juggle 5 different subscriptions just to get the functionality your business needs every day. Or you can switch to a platform that was built by contractors, funded by contractors, and designed to give you everything in one place at a fraction of the cost. If you're ready to stop overpaying and start using a CRM that was actually made for businesses like yours, head over to myquoteiq.com and start your 14-day free trial today. There's a link in the description and the comment section of this video. I hope that this video helped you open your eyes to what really is going on behind the scenes of Jobber. If it did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and please drop a comment telling me what CRM you're currently using and what your biggest frustration's been with it. I read and respond to every single comment. I want to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Be safe out there, and I will see you in the next one.